Hello and welcome to Cutting to the Ball in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben. I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
Pete.
Hello.
This week we're going to talk about the Phoenix Lights, one of the most interesting UFO sightings of recent years. I say recent, it was in the 90s, but that's recent to me, and I'm sure it's recent to you guys.
Well, all the other ones that we have done over the years has been mostly 70, hasn't it?
50s, 60s, 70s.
Roswell, 40s, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of the most famous big ones of recent history, isn't it, I suppose?
Totally. Yeah, it's quite compelling, actually. I use that word a lot when it comes to aliens.
Yeah.
Compelling. But, you know, a lot of witnesses. We're going to get into it. I just want to say, follow us on Facebook at Cutting to the Ball in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, YouTube Apocalypse Ball, and SoundCloud and Spotify and all your other podcasting platforms. Cutting to the Ball in the PTA. Where should I start on this immense list?
There's a lot in Germany.
Lots in Germany. Frankfurt am Main, Königswald and Schwarzwald.
Almost as big as the Hof in Germany.
Oh, that's big words.
Had you been
Don't
practicing
be that
that
big.
name?
I did German A-level.
Ah, oh fuck! I wouldn't even know when to start with that one.
Königswald im Schwarzwald.
Yeah.
Kingsfield in the Black Woods.
Where's that? Oh yeah, I guess it is Kingsfield in the Black Woods, yes.
Is it?
Kingsfield in the Black something, I don't know about Wald.
I just said Kongsfled im Schwitzford. I just said.
And what's really mad on that? If you look up a few, Blackwood, Great Britain.
Ooh.
Ooh.
But that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Mind you, technically, if it's in Hanover, that used to be a British shared... Our king was King of Hanover at the time, so... One of the first Georges. So yeah, kind of, could be weird. Anyway, enough history. Heusdorf and Erzhausen. Brussels in Belgium. Blackwood in the UK. Weird, Blackwood, Schwarzwald.
That's what you just said.
Yeah, oh sorry.
That's what I was talking about.
It was weird, and it is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is weird. I'm not going to do
If we don't know Wald is wood, but that's a guess.
I'm not going to do the Panamanian one.
Well, you'll have a job, because it's not Panama.
Oh, where is it?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, come on, I've got a fleet. There's a flag, Mike doesn't know. Oh, and it's not on the side of the screen to help you.
No, I don't know.
Oh, I
know
think...
that one.
Philippines?
No, it's not it doesn't sound Filipino, does it? The name Cagayan de Oro, it sounds Spanish to me.
It was Spanish before it was American.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Philippines.
It might be then.
Colourful flag either way.
Happy. Welcome.
Aranjuez in Spain. Is that how I pronounce a J in Spanish? Or a H? J's are H's, aren't they? Whitstable in the UK. Guadalajara, Spain. It can't be because that's a J in that. I don't know. Either way, thanks for listening. Follow us on them certain things I just said before. And go for it. Let's get into some goddamn aliens, because it's been ages since we've done aliens. And I have bought a massive book of UFO sightings recently. It's a UFO encyclopedia.
You're right, it is the Philippines, well done.
Ben wins a flag contest. It's the first one ever. Foot's in the door.
The 10th most populous city in the Philippines.
Fantastic.
Sheldon.
I don't know how I got it. I just thought, oh, that looks a bit World War II-y, that flag. Seen that before on a World War II documentary.
Anywho, the Phoenix Lights.
Phoenix Lights phenomena. On the evening of March 13th, 1997, only 10 days after my birthday, on March 13th. How old have I been in 1997? 14, something like that? Yeah, 14. Oh, young Ben was learning the joys of masturbation.
You're a bit late on the scene, weren't you?
Well, you know, I was enjoying it even more.
When I figured out how to do that, my parents didn't see much of me that weekend, like I told you.
Well, on that day when I may or may not...
badly, innit?
It is. On that day when most of us would have been learning the joys of self-love in 1997. An extraordinary
I
event.
was a master by that point.
A masturbator. Nothing's changed.
A master masturbator. So good.
Well, an extraordinary event unfolded in the skies over Arizona that will become one of the most documented and hotly debated UFO sightings in history. The Phoenix Lights remains a compelling mystery, but is the truth out there? Ooh. So, March 1997, over the city of Phoenix, Arizona, lights appeared in the sky, covering a distance of around 350 miles from the Nevada state line in the northwest down to the southern city of Tucson. After several hours, thousands of residents reported seeing a series of strange luminous objects and formations in the sky.
Now, just remember, kids, this is before the time of drones. So it weren't just a bunch of those lighty up drones that they have.
Was it though?
You say commercially available drones
yes.
to be bought by the likes of you and me.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they still existed then.
Well, maybe, yeah, small little helicopters, but not ones that could have done that. I don't think they could have done that with drones.
Well, descriptions varied from a V-shaped light formation to orbs that glowed intensely and seemed to move with purpose across the sky.
Well, they couldn't be flares then.
No,
moving with purpose.
that was one of the early explanations for this was flares, but then someone also said that they had radio-controlled flares as well. So the flares does remain on the table just about.
Yeah, but didn't it last for ages? It wasn't just like a minute or anything, was it?
Yes, you're absolutely right, Pete. It did last a long time, and that's why flares are
It was
kind of on the table,
hours,
but still off the table
Wasn't it?
at the same time.
45 minutes for the first occurrence.
It's a big ass flare.
Yeah, it's one hell of a flare.
That-
Yeah.
But you never quite know what the US military have got, do you?
No, even our own.
Well, even our own. You never quite know.
No.
And if you say, well, military technology is at least, 50 years ahead? Providing all them UAPs aren't theirs?
Bob Lazar seems to think.
Bob Lazar's very keen on that idea, and I know Bob Lazar has a boring voice, but I do kind of side with him on that. Actually, can I tell you a quick tale about this?
Go on then.
I was reading a
We'll
book.
let you.
We're reading a book this week. I know, shocking. Basically, in the 50s and 60s, the SR-71 Blackbird.
Yeah.
Well, you know the one the X-Men have.
Yeah.
That was the CIA version.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he said it was one person, but yeah, that pattern
Yeah.
was the X-Men plane, and it used to fly at like 80,000 feet. It's like on the fucking edge of space, and it was stored at Area 51, and there was obviously a commercial flight flying, and they caught everyone on the plane saw this thing that no one's ever seen. Looks anything like a plane, right? See it descending from 80,000 feet, well above their passenger plane. The CIA, the pilot obviously clocked on. I've been spotted by a passenger plane. This thing's top secret. Radios through. They get the FBI out to the Nevada airport where this thing's landing, with disclosure agreements saying, "You never saw no UFO, did you?"
No way.
Right? Get everyone to sign it. See, the FBI didn't know what this thing was. All they got told was to go to the airfield, intercept the plane, and get everyone on board to sign a non-disclosure agreement saying they didn't see a UFO.
Huh.
And the CIA at that point figured out, you know what? UFOs are a really good way to hide our top secret stuff.
Right, okay, yeah.
How mental is that?
Yeah, it's all subterfuge and smoke and mirrors in it. That's how they operate.
Yeah. Well, some are convinced the lights over Phoenix in 1997 were UFOs or UAPs, let's get modern, unidentified aerial phenomena. The official line is that they were military planes being tested in the desert and flares from aircraft on night manoeuvres. Jets in particular, and everything is a jet nowadays pretty much, if you're looking at it from the back, all you see is an orange glow.
Yeah.
But those are some big ass orange glows. Now maybe there's some way light refracts, I don't know. But either way, it was certainly weird. So what did the residents of Phoenix see that night? Did they come within touching distance, according to some, of beings from another world? Or was the explanation for the bizarre lights in Phoenix, Arizona, rather more benign? The strange case of the Phoenix lights has left the world befuddled for over a quarter of a century. So let's go to the 6th largest state of the United States and attempt to shed some light on this baffling enigma. God, I haven't said enigma in ages. It's a good word.
I do like that word.
So it's befuddled.
Enigma, befuddled. Absolutely. Indubitably.
A befuddled enigma.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Befuddling, wouldn't it? Befuddling.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
a
sure what befuddling means.
Is that a word?
Or befuddled. What does it mean?
Confusion.
Confused, yeah.
Right, okay. I like baffled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bamboozled.
Yes. So the first occurrence of the Phoenix Lights was between approximately 7:30 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. on March 13th, 1997. It was observed as a massive V-shaped object with 5 or 6 reddish-orange lights that silently moved north to south in the sky, spanning at least a mile in width, according to eyewitness reports.
Wow. Mothership.
Mothership. He's
That's
a mile. A mile. That's massive.
I've heard rumours of that actually.
There's been a
There's
lot.
a mothership on its way.
Well, they said
And we've
what?
known since the 40s and 50s.
Well, they said last year, didn't they? Pentagon released that there was a big chance that there was a mothership just outside. Was it just outside the solar system or something like that?
They're saying there could be.
So they haven't
No.
seen it then?
No.
Well, we haven't seen it. The people with the James Webb Telescope and Hubble have seen it.
Have they?
Well, it's
They've not disclosed it to the public.
of course they have.
But it could be like... There's a lot of amateur astronomers.
They ain't seen that far out.
Joking, aren't you?
No.
The telescopes now.
Yeah, but they're not looking into the far reaches of the universe with it, are they?
The
Pluto.
universe.
They're not looking at what's coming past Pluto. I mean,
Well, that's not the universe, is it? That's
no, but I mean,
Right,
the solar
solar
system. Yeah, they're not looking out at the edge of the solar system. Well, James Webb looks at the universe, doesn't it? But so he could easily see something around Pluto.
Well, it depends how big it is.
There was some, I seem to recall on that tale, there was something like, we received a radio message saying like, hey, we're going to be there on such and such a day.
Yeah, that's the rumour I've heard in
Get
the
your
UFO
population ready.
community. You know,
Oh.
70 or 80 years will be, will be...
Yeah, we're going to be there in like 80 years, get your populations ready.
When was this?
Population's
in the
ready for
50s.
what?
First contact.
Oh.
Tea and cakes, Claire.
So do you reckon? Do you reckon that
I
could?
have to.
Do you reckon that could back up this whole soft disclosure of the
Yeah.
past few years?
Yeah, it's all going to
Because
start.
obviously, if it was in the 50s,
They can't
we're
hide a
talking-
mothership entering the solar system.
We're talking
For much longer.
30s, aren't we? Yeah, 2030s. So we're talking the next decade potentially,
Potentially.
if there's truth to it. So
But again, it could be a load of bollocks.
yeah, but then that's what I mean. Does that then back up why we're getting
well,
this
that's one
supposed
explanation.
soft disclosure?
That's one explanation why that they put forward as to why we're getting this soft disclosure out.
Plus the image of the grey alien being pushed into our subconscious more and more. Merchandise, TV, films, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's everywhere. Paul was a great example of that. He says, oh yeah, they've been preparing for people seeing guys like me by putting my face on T-shirts.
So when they do arrive, we're not.
They're not
Freaked
freaked out.
out.
Oh yeah, look, grey alien. Get away from me with that probe.
I'll be wearing a butt plug when I meet him.
I can see that the first day with your alien co-worker. Don't you get any ideas, Thrag? I'm wearing a butt plug.
Chastity belt.
Yeah, I'd rather that than a butt plug.
Yeah. I just thought that'd be better, wouldn't it?
Oh, too late.
Pull the butt plug out, can't I?
Sorry, mate. First answer.
Didn't think this through.
Sorry, butt plug it is. The rest of us are going to be snug in chastity belts.
The butt plug, it does nothing.
He can still give you a reach around. Which is only good manners.
I just want a gob job.
For Grey. Well, alright, whatever, man.
Can't think of anything to say to that.
They're at cock-sucking height, aren't they?
That's if they're not the tall ones. Then you're
Oh,
a cocksucking height.
well.
Yeah, they're like 7 to 8
I
feet
don't
tall.
fancy that.
They'll make you lick their kneecaps That's where their genitals are. Apparently.
Is it?
I don't know. I just made it up.
Well, one of the first witnesses was in Henderson, Nevada, just a few miles south of Las Vegas, and a short distance from the Arizona state line. About 15 minutes later, what are believed to be the same lights were spotted by a former policeman in the town of Paulden, Arizona, about 200 miles southeast of Henderson. God, America's massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next, about 25 miles south of Paulden, there were further sightings of the lights of Phoenix over Prescott Valley. It seemed whatever they happened to be, were moving south towards Tucson. These witnesses and many others said that the lights lingered before disappearing and reappearing in the same formation, captivating onlookers for several minutes at a time.
Okay, so no one got pictures of this then, or? Oh,
Yeah, there's
that's a real
camcorder footage.
picture.
No, that's not.
No.
There's there's footage of this, yeah.
Okay.
Actual proper video.
Camcorder footage, yeah.
Yeah.
You can just see lights in the sky moving around.
Some
Yeah.
people tried to say the footage of it was a load of ping pong balls in a swimming pool. They tried to debunk it by recreating that on Paranormal Fact or Faked.
I used to like that
was.
show, yeah.
I believe it was the lights, Phoenix lights, that they tried to recreate.
Sort of looks like a floating airport runway, doesn't it?
It's a mile long, it could be.
They're normally like, there's two sets of, isn't there, normally?
There's one down the middle, isn't there? And then there's the side
I
ones.
don't know, I'm just saying that, it's just what it reminds me of.
Either way, they said they could see they could see an object in the lights,
Oh, right, okay.
that's the kind of thing they were seeing. We're looking at pictures now, listener, by the way. You can go and check them out yourselves, Phoenix lights. Yeah, there's camcorder footage of this.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell saw them.
Bloody hell.
You know, Kurt Russell saw these things. Kurt Russell, if you can't
Well,
trust Kurt
it's
Russell,
gotta be right then, hasn't
who
it?
can you trust? He's never touched anybody.
That we know of.
He's done a decent string of films.
Yeah,
Always been good.
Good actor, isn't he?
Right, so while these lights were flashing, appearing, did they not muster a little plane or something?
This is what I was about to say. This is going to be my point. Why isn't
F-16s were scrambled.
Jets being scrambled.
F-16s were scrambled. They'd gone before they got there.
Convenient.
45 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. Case
Wow.
of all these people ringing the police. They go, oh, there's lights in the sky, and then they ring the military.
By the time the wheels...
The wheels
set
have
in
turned
motion,
for
yeah.
something that's not important. Well, there were radar sightings of these as well, but because they just would the military say they're theirs. Although they do say no, they say there was no military jets flying in the area as well. Originally, I heard on a video this week.
What, and then they backtracked and went,
And then they went, oh yeah, we're just testing stuff. Because remember, it's Arizona, it's not that far away from Nevada, is it?
Well, that's why I find it hard to believe that, 45 minutes they couldn't get a jet there.
Yeah. Or police
That's
choppers.
suspicious, isn't it?
Or police choppers that would have
Police
been
chopper,
local.
yeah.
Let's face it, it is the most heavily defended airspace in the world.
That's why 9/11, man, it just
It just reeks, doesn't it?
does. Do you remember that Russian plane that went into Turkish airspace? He was in there for like 20 seconds and he got shot down.
Yeah,
The Turks are that good.
they were pretty
I know
easy.
it was a military plane and 9/11 was passenger planes, but still.
Well, it took a long time for people to respond, didn't it?
Too long,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
But then I suppose everyone's looking out, they're not looking in.
Well, they were having an exercise, weren't they, at the time?
Oh, of
They
course they
were flying in
were.
Alaska or something.
Something like that.
Of course they were.
Of course they were. Oh, it was a massive occult ritual. Mike's giving me a nod.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Mike's giving me a nod. Mike thinks it's an occult ritual.
Possibly.
The science officer is on my
I'm
side.
not 100%,
For an occult... No, you're on my side. For an occult ritual. Wow.
I don't trust these cunts run the world, to be frank. I don't think I've got justification not to.
Well, okay. What if
The
Kurt,
times that they've lied to us.
what if Kurt
over
Russell
and
was one of
over
the Illuminati? Would you believe him?
Nah. He's alright, he's Kurt.
He's still some good films.
He's no Kevin Costner, but...
Oh, God.
My favourite Kurt Russell film's got to be Tango and Cash.
Fucking hell.
He's
Wow.
died, hasn't he?
Who?
Is it
Kurt
Kurt
Russell?
Russell? He
No.
died, yeah.
No, he was married to Goldie Hawn for years, the lucky bastard. He might still be.
Oh, he did them Santa films as well.
Yeah, he is still married to her because he did the Santa films with Goldie Hawn.
You know, Huey from The Boys is his kid.
Is it?
I think so, yeah. He looks like he's got Goldie Hawn's cheekbones.
No.
Kirsten Dunst is, isn't she?
What?
Is she?
She's Goldie Hawn's daughter, isn't she?
They may not still be married.
Goldie Hawn's daughter is...
Somebody...
I can't think what her bloody name is now, but I'll tell you in a sec.
Someone like Kirsten Dunst, and I'm getting mixed up, am I?
Pete, you check it and I'll carry on with the Kurt Russell sighting.
Whose daughter am I looking up?
Goldie Hawn.
I had a complete brain freeze then.
God, Goldie Hawn.
I had a brain freeze for a moment. It's like, who am I looking for again?
You know, Death Becomes Her.
I love that film.
God, she's great in that. She looks fantastic as well.
They both look fantastic.
Yeah.
Meryl Streep as well.
Yeah. So, in a bizarre twist to an already incredulous mystery, one of the first people to report the sightings of what has become known as the Phoenix Lights was none other than Hollywood actor Kurt Russell. In an interview with the BBC's The One Show, so we know it's accurate, it's from the BBC.
Oh.
Kate Hudson.
That's it.
Kurt Russell, a private pilot, explained that he was flying his son Oliver from Los Angeles to Phoenix to see Oliver's girlfriend. That must be nice to have a dad who'll fly you across a few states to see your girlfriend.
Nice. Road air trip.
When on the final approach, they noticed a series of strange lights in the sky. Oliver asked if his father knew what the lights were, to which he responded he didn't. He called it into air traffic control, who said that the radar screen showed nothing at all. Russell declared that it was a UFO with a literal sense, and it appeared to be a flying object that was unidentified, and then he proceeded to land perfectly safely.
Fucking hell, Kurt. Why didn't you get in the midst of it?
Should have done a passenger 57 on it and jumped out the plane. You take just to his son, you handle the plane now. Jumped onto it and infiltrated it.
No.
Not passenger 57. Oh, Christ, what's the film? Sorry, Claire, go on, so what you saying?
He should have at least done a flyby, shouldn't he? Just a sec, I'm not quite landing yet, you know.
Yeah.
Had a closer look.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, but would you though? Or would you, if you thought there was a big fucking UFO
You have got your son on board, remember?
Would you be like,
Was
actually,
Independence Day out by then? Because I wouldn't want to get...
97, yes it was.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah,
just
I
out.
wouldn't. No, yeah, fuck that land. Because we'll get blown up.
You don't want to be welcome wagon, do you?
I don't know if it was out, was it?
No,
97,
just
yeah, Independence Day was like
96, I think.
96.
Well, if he'd have not watched it... Nah, he's going to have watched it, isn't he?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Never
no,
watched it.
he
Might be 97 actually. It's around that time.
It came out on Independence Day, I know that much.
That's July, isn't it? So
July 4th. I think it was 96. Yeah, it was 96.
yeah.
So, meanwhile, the Phoenix, Arizona lights are moving closer to the state capital.
That's... wait there, I've got it. All the pilots, that they tried to scramble, they're like, nah, I'm not getting welcome wagoned.
Yeah, I'm not being your welcome wagon. Who volunteers for welcome wagon?
After Independence Day, nobody.
No.
But still, would you though? I mean, you'd have to volunteer. They wouldn't order you. You'd be like, asking for volunteers who wants to go up there and do the welcome wagon
Well,
thing.
you could be the
But they
first
wouldn't know.
person.
But before pre-Independence Day, you might have, because then
You'd
you wouldn't know
have
it.
been comparing it to Encounters of the Third Kind, wouldn't you?
I suppose
Which
so.
was a
That's,
nice encounter.
Yeah,
wasn't
true
it?
enough. Or E.T.
So you'd be
It's
like that.
E.T.
Yeah, no problem. And then get your
I still wouldn't do
eaten.
it. I still wouldn't do it.
No.
I ain't doing that. No, I'll fly a fighter jet against these things if it comes to it, but
I will watch.
I ain't going up there as welcome wagon.
I'll watch the first encounter. I'll stand like a couple of 100 feet away and be like, nose over a bush, like
binoculars.
Yeah. Far close enough that I can see, far enough away that I can run quickly if it goes peaked on.
Not if they drops that flame thing.
Well, we're all fucked anyway,
Yeah.
so it won't matter.
True enough. So witnesses in Glendale, Scottsdale and downtown Phoenix saw the lights, but by around 9 p.m. they were gone. It's a close encounter of the second kind. About an hour later, the lights over Phoenix were back. Around 10 p.m, a series of intensely bright lights appeared over the Phoenix area, distinct from the V-shaped formation observed earlier in the evening. These peculiar lights in Phoenix, Arizona were described as stationary hovering orbs that remained visible for a considerable period before they started to dim and then vanished, only to reappear and maintain the same formation. No one's that precise, but then it's a whole perspective. You're at night, there's lights. Lights always play tricks on the eyes at night. If you're in darkness, it takes you 45 minutes to get night vision.
Not eating enough carrots, mate.
No, that was a wartime myth.
I know, well.
But still, it takes you 45 minutes for your rods and irises to align properly.
Yeah.
So, and all that background light, this is a major city. They may think they're at the same distance, they may think they're in formation. Lights and all that light at night does fuck with your eyes.
Yeah.
I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit here. Obviously, I think they're aliens. But, you know, if the military is dropping flares...
They're not flares.
They could be dropping them further away, they could be dropping them closer. Your eyesight, your perception, with all that background light against the night sky, will not be able to tell.
It could have been a craft and its cloaking sort of like device just for the lights has fucked and it's just like, oh shit.
I think the first one, the triangle shaped craft, I'll hold my hands up and go, could have been a stealth.
Big fucking stealth though.
People are just misjudging it.
Big and it's not moving very fast, is it?
Stealths don't go, they can...
Well, they don't hover, do they?
And they're not a mile wide.
No, but it's sizing and lights and all that.
Yeah, but a mile wide and 40 metres wide, there's a huge difference.
Big stretch there.
I don't know. I get the feeling people have been reporting stealth bombers as UFOs for a long ass time.
You know what I think it was? Ball lightning.
Oh!
Swamp gas.
Loads of ball lightning.
Swamp gas reflecting off the light from Venus.
Swamp gas over deserty Arizona.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite make sense, but... It is deserty, isn't it, Arizona?
Yes, yeah. This is what Death Valley is.
I always remember it as arid.
I think it's California, Death.
Arid zone.
Was it? Oh, it could be. Yeah, you're right actually.
Arid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arid Arizona.
Alright, well, witnesses reported these lights did not seem to be attached to any solid object, or if they were, the object was not visible against the night sky. This aspect of the phenomena led to widespread speculation and debate as the lights behaved unlike conventional aircraft or known atmospheric phenomena. Mike, so ball lightning's out.
Well, they haven't studied ball lighting that well, they don't know.
That is a valid point, actually. They don't know a lot about it. So UFO skeptic Robert Schaefer described this second occurrence as perhaps the most widely witnessed UFO event in history. The first one, I think, is a bit... I like more, because it's like potentially a mile fucking wide craft. If people weren't mistaking a B-2.
There's such a huge difference in
I don't know, man. Light refraction, it's night time. Dark cloud above where it was flying.
If they said it was a couple of 100 metres, I'd say yes, okay. But when they're saying it's a mile, that's 1,600 metres.
You've looked it up, haven't you?
What?
A mile, 1,600 metres.
Oh, I don't know how much a mile is.
Oh, okay. You're on your phone for a bit, so I wonder whether you were
No, I
looking
used
it
to
up.
have to run them, didn't I?
Yeah, true.
You probably did.
Well, yes.
But yeah.
Not as often as some, admittedly.
I do think that it's got to be close to a mile wide because you can't mistake those two sizes. That's just too big a differential.
Okay. I still think people can misidentify, but the size does add to the fact that it may have been something.
It's more likely to be ball lightning.
So was it one solid craft? Is that what people are saying?
Well, maybe the first time they see him, they reckon they can see this triangular shaped craft.
Okay, but there's no picture evidence of that.
We did see some footage earlier where the night sky is kind of lighter against the silhouette of this thing. We'd see him earlier on the pictures.
Oh, the slightly orangish sky that was on it.
But then the orange ones were the ones that appeared, reappeared, kept the form, disappeared, reappeared, kept the formation. But these things are moving around pretty quick too, remember? They're covering a lot of ground.
So do you think you had the mothership at first, which might have even been bigger than a mile?
It's a possibility.
Because again, like you say, different perspectives, different...
How's that going to have entered the atmosphere though?
Well,
cloaking, because it was clearly cloaked in some way. Then, I'm just going
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you say, though, but something a mile big is going to cause a big fucking explosion in the atmosphere.
let's
That's what I was
assume.
thinking.
Well,
Depends.
why are you thinking it's alien? Why do you think it's multi-dimensional? It just popped in.
Well, there's
Still
that.
could be alien.
Remember, Grush said non-human entities, didn't specify where they were from.
But also,
humans from a different
you got if they've
timeline,
got.
from a different universe.
Yeah.
We think of it like this as well, right? If it is an alien from another planet somewhere within, like, I don't know, within our actual universe, if they've got here from however many billions and squillions of miles away, then why haven't they got the technology to kind of not worry about the pull of our atmosphere and things like that? They can slow down in a fashion and enter our atmosphere without creating any issues for themselves or any disturbance to us. They've got a cloaking device. They just forgot to cloak the lights that day.
Barry didn't press the button.
Yeah, like, you fucking left the lights on, you dick. I told you they don't cloak.
I was thinking too much of the Independence Day, the second film.
The thing is, you are right, because if something a mile wide enters the atmosphere conventionally, like we would assume it would, then it's going to be a big ass fireball that a lot of people are going to they're going to see it across the globe. You know, a mile wide thing coming in. Everyone on that side of the globe is going to see it. If it came down as we would assume it would come down, as Independence Day came down.
Yeah.
But
like Pete says, we don't know the technology.
we don't know, do we? No, you're absolutely right in that respect. Yeah.
Because they might have, if they've come to here, chances are they've been to other populated planets before here, and they've already encountered those issues, so they found ways to get past them.
Unless they're already here.
Well,
The ocean.
Under the ocean, in mountains.
and that's how they.
Hollow Earth. Who knows?
And that's
Claire?
how they arrive.
No, not
Don't
Hollow
put your
Earth.
face at me at Hollow Earth. You believe in chemtrails?
No, I don't believe in Hollow Earth because magma comes out the fucking earth. So how are you going to get
Two vents.
inside that? No, silly.
Magma's just the devil's tears.
You believe in magma, do you?
Bloody
Bloody
magma.
science, sciencey people.
You believe in a molten core, do you?
Yeah.
Well, you and I are going to have a serious discussion after this podcast.
Hold on, core. That insinuates you believe it's like round.
Oh, wow.
Huh? What?
It's a hollow flat Earth.
Yeah, well, that is the only Earth, isn't it? That round,
Yeah, the one that's-
disc-shaped one,
the
held
one
up by a couple of big fucking
Four,
turtles.
four elephants and a turtle,
Yeah.
standing on a turtle.
Yeah.
It's to believe anything else is witchcraft.
Oh, shit.
God, there's some dumb people out there.
Fucking isn't there?
What a great fucking soap opera, though. What a great soap opera we got going on.
Oh yeah, fucking hell. Hope the aliens are enjoying it. Jesus. They must think we're fucking mental.
Especially at the moment.
They mustn't they? These fucking apes have gone fucking nuts. Keep trying to kill each other, blow each other up with bombs. Just because a few of them have got different colour skin, they fucking persecute them.
And they're also putting chemtrails about the place.
Yeah,
What
they
is?
poison their food, they poison the
It's a
air,
good job we made it hollow for the dinosaurs to survive.
they poison the water. They could live another 150 years. They didn't have all these fucking toxins in them that we put in ourselves.
But you know what, Mike? You know what I've enjoyed this week? Of all the bad shit that's happened, I saw some Charlie 2s storming across a plain in Russia where they were designed to be. It was like their natural habitat.
What?
Challenger 2 tanks.
Oh, Challenger 2.
Charlie 2s. I was a tank crewman.
I know, but you saying Charlie 2s.
Charlie 2s?
Nobody in the world,
Sorry.
tanky, knows what fucking that is.
Well, either way, they were storming across a plain in Russia in V formation, and it was beautiful.
Driven by Ukrainians.
Yeah. It was like, so where they belonged.
It's mad that, isn't it? They managed to invade Russia with all of like the US and
British kit.
UK kit. Finally get all the good shit like that. Right, now we can do something. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but it was like it was like watching a nature documentary and seeing the lion take down a
Here we
gazelle.
are
Yeah.
in the plains of Russia, with the Challenger 2s, all in formation.
Main battle tank information.
You can see the front one is
Look
the lead tank.
Look at them go, galloping like gazelles.
You're the alien presenter at this point.
Yeah. This is the alien Richard Attenborough.
Yeah.
Give it.
Yeah, 'cause
totally
they liked
believe
it.
that.
They watched a bit of our old David Attenborough, and then we're like, oh, we'll have that.
Yeah.
This is
Put
why we
that
kept
voice
that
on
one.
everything.
This is why we kept that one alive so long.
Put that voice on everything.
You think it's like our EastEnders to them, sort of.
Yeah.
Hollyoaks and fucking
Well, no, that's
Coronation Street
EastEnders,
all
'cause
together.
No, because EastEnders is bleak.
Blue.
Let's face it. It's a bleak situation we're in. It's got to be EastEnders on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not everyone's inbred, like in
Oh,
Albert Square.
Humans is on in half an hour or however they measure time.
In
On
one
that-
zircon.
Humans is on in 37 parsecs. The parsec is a unit of distance, not time.
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars.
Fucked up there.
Yeah, but Han Solo says it, so I'm going with it. Alright, let's get back to the Phoenix Lights.
Is that what we were talking
Yeah.
about? Shit.
The immediate aftermath. So the story quickly garnered national attention, sparking a frenzy of speculation, investigation and debate. Skeptics proposed conventional explanations such as flares or military aircraft, while believers in extraterrestrial activity felt validated in their convictions. The event left a lasting impression on the public consciousness, becoming a pivotal moment for the UFO community and a perennial topic of interest for both skeptics and believers. But what actually happened that night? Military aircraft?
Illuminati.
Illuminations? Was the lights the answer to Roswell for Arizona?
Well, yeah. Except they didn't find a craft
No.
and a couple of aliens.
Let's have a look at the official investigation and explanation. According to the US military, both incidents were as a result of a pilot training program called Operation Snowbird.
In the desert.
Yes. From Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Tucson. And their A-10 Thunderbolt. I love the A-10s, the Warthogs. The ones with that massive Gatling cannon in the front of them.
Oh, right.
Oh, they're called the Warthog. They do look like a warthog. It's kind of, if you use your imagination. They're ugly.
If you squint your eyes, like, to the extent of actually closing them, and then just use your imagination, yes, they look like a warthog.
Well, clearly some of us have more vivid imaginations than others. But what I'm saying is, they're ugly. Warthogs are ugly.
I don't think that. I wouldn't say they're ugly. I don't think. I think they're quite a cool plane. Fucking twin turbo jets on the rear like that. They're cool as fuck.
Looks like Wally.
They're a bit ugly.
I think they're an ugly plane, but they're ugly beautiful. They're fugly.
They're a bit like a Subaru Impreza. They're almost that ugly. They become beautiful, like
Yeah.
a pug.
Well, that cannon they've got shoots out like 3,000 rounds the size of Red Bull cans every second. The whole plane is built around that cannon. Yeah.
3,000.
It's ridiculous.
Fucking hell.
Maybe not a second.
A minute.
A minute. Like 3,000 rounds a minute from that fucking thing. It's brrrr.
Yeah, a second.
It's
they'd
a
be
minigun.
coming out at the speed of light.
Yeah.
pretty much, wouldn't
It's
they?
basically a bigger version of the minigun from Predator.
Wow.
And the whole plane is built around it.
Mm.
So it can take the recoil, which is tank killer. It's fantastic.
Mad, aren't they?
So the first incident, the V-shaped object, was explained as nothing more than 5 A-10 Thunderbolt 2 jets flying under visual flight rules. So instead of displaying flashing collision lights, they are allowed to display steady formation lights, and the planes landed at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base at around 8:45 p.m.
That doesn't explain the speed and sitting there for 45 minutes.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I think on some of them pictures you can clearly see that the night sky is lighter around towards the back of the lights.
They don't look like separate jets flying in the sky.
No.
Not to me. I don't know what I'm looking at really. I'm
Well, they're not moving.
not an expert, but...
The first one was moving. Remember?
Jets
This
can
is-
hover though, can't they?
No.
Harrier.
Well, they didn't.
The Harrier.
The
jump
Harrier
jet-
lies.
The Harrier.
Yeah,
jump,
that was the Harrier jump jet, that's why.
the Harrier jump jet is the only one that can do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, and
The
F-35.
one with the fucking.
So
It
these
has
can't-
like the props that
Oh, that, yeah.
stand up, but they're big anyway.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
even then, I don't think they could just hover in the sky like that very comfortably.
I don't know if now not comfortably, and the safety record of them things is the wrong side of hilarious, apparently.
Yeah, but even if you had 5 Harrier jump jets,
An Osprey.
that's it. Yes, but even if you had 5 Harrier jump jets, they'd have said, "Oh, it's 5 Harrier jump jets."
And they can't hover for 45 minutes.
They haven't got the fuel to.
I was
No.
just about to point that out.
Hovering takes up about as much fuel as it does on
Standard.
afterburn.
Yeah.
It really, it's like it's purely to take off and land.
I think they get about 45 seconds of hover. Like twice or something, about 90 seconds in total.
They're not 45 minutes then.
No, they're not, they ain't doing that.
Even a chopper has about a fuel load of about, depending on what chopper it is, obviously, but you're talking an hours kind of trip in a chopper each time before
Surely
it needs
you'd
refueling.
hear the chopper, wouldn't you?
Oh, you'd hear them.
Yeah.
Even if they
You'd
were
know instantly.
even if they were Chinooks, you'd hear them. They'd thump, 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 thump,
Yeah,
thump,
yeah.
thump, thump.
Yeah.
5 of them.
Yeah.
You'd hear that.
I just think
It's
trying to use
interesting-
the excuse of military planes is just bullshit.
Yeah. It's interesting they didn't come out and say drones, innit?
Yeah.
Like I say, I don't think drones were really a big thing back then. I don't think they were a thing at that point.
I think they'd have had Predators. 97. They'd have
The
just been
actual
coming in.
plane.
The actual
drones.
Predator plane, big, just unmanned. It's a rudimentary fucking internet link. Fire a missile. They're disposable as well. At that point, they're not things that can go back and be retasked. Because actually, you know what? I think you might be looking a bit
No, I
bit
think
later for them, to be honest.
97. No.
But then again, they'd have been testing that shit, wouldn't they?
They would.
Just because they were unveiled to us in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are right.
You know, they've probably been testing that shit for 20 years.
But again, they don't just sit and fucking hover.
No, they don't sit and hover, you're right, yeah. But then again, who's to say that there wasn't a fucking drone that they were pissing around with that could?
Some bastard bright lights on them.
Well, that's the other thing. Why would you illuminate them as such, yeah? So, according to the military, later that night, the stationary hovering orbs were slow-burning, long-falling LUU-2B/B illumination flares dropped from the A-10s while on a training exercise from the Barry M. Goldwater Air Force Range.
You're talking minutes at most.
Yeah, I think
Like a minute or 2 minutes at most they're going to stay a light for.
you'd be looking, I don't know, with Air Force shit, to be fair.
Not
Yeah,
45 minutes though.
Nah, I can't
Not a
see it.
chance.
Because-
I'm not an expert on Air Force flares. I'm a tanky, as we said.
Think
but-
about the way flares work as well, yeah? So the ones that get released, the slow burning flares, they have little parachutes on them.
Yeah.
So they're moving and they're falling down. They
They-
don't
they-
fucking hover.
Yeah, they don't. You're right. But you're right. They just don't. It's physics.
They hover for a couple
it
of
does say
seconds
a
when it's
slow-
at the top.
Long falling, so they'd have a massive parachute if they were long falling, wouldn't they?
They'd have those big, well, yeah, it'd be like half the size of this room. It's kind of like a good couple of metre circle, big size, wouldn't they?
Square nowadays.
You think how big the flare would have to be?
No,
to
let's
last
just not
that long?
entertain this any further. It's
Well, could the
ridiculous.
flare, you know how hot air balloon stays up? You've got the flame, haven't you?
The heat from it keep it up, technically, but in the same position. 5 of them almost
Depends if
perfectly.
there's a wind, doesn't it?
5 of them
Not a lot.
perfectly aligned.
Not
And
Oh, in a desert.
fired from jets too.
Not a chance. You ain't getting 5 of them and lining up like that perfectly in a fucking V. Like no,
Twice.
not a sniff.
But a later study of the luminosity suggested they could indeed be seen over distances described.
So
Haven't it?
They were craft of sorts. I'm 100% sure on that. I am a craft of some sort.
a decade on from thousands of people seeing the lights in Phoenix, Arizona, Maryland Air National Guard pilot Lieutenant Colonel Ed Jones admitted to being one of the airmen who dropped the flares. And while plenty accept the official explanation of events that night, others aren't so sure. Let's hear the conspiracy. Beyond the official Air Force explanation attributing the Phoenix Lights phenomena to flares and military aircraft, Several prevailing theories have been proposed by researchers, UFO enthusiasts, and skeptics alike to explain the events of March 13th, 1997, and they range from the plausible to the speculative. Let's get into it. Some theories suggest the V-shaped formation responsible for the Phoenix, Arizona lights could have been an experimental or military aircraft, possibly a stealth plane or other advanced secretive aviation technology. Proponents of this theory point to the size and silent operation of the object as indicative of experimental military projects unknown to the public at this time, and that is absolutely plausible, surely, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're saying 50 years ahead, so we won't see what was flying over Arizona for another 20 years coming out of the commercial sector.
Yeah, massive mile-wide planes.
Invisible in between each bit.
With cloaking that just haven't figured out how to cloak a light.
Damn it, Barry. Damn you, Barry. Anyway, yeah. But it's true, they could have been experimental aircraft. Who knows what they've got? We genuinely don't know. You could make a plausible case for all the Tic Tacs or the UFOs that have been seen have been misidentified experimental aircraft the US has had flying around. You can make that case. I don't personally believe it, but you can make the case.
Well, not for the flying jellyfish.
Who's to say that isn't some weird ass freaky drone to freak people out? You saw that if you're your basic level Iranian conscript and you see a flying jellyfish coming towards you, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna think. You're certainly gonna hesitate for a few seconds, and that buys the opposition time.
Are these just
What about them spherical orbs?
see? Are these just military vehicles of whatever being used for the purpose of what we're doing now? We're getting it. We're talking about it. We're preparing for it. It's getting us mentally prepared because look, what I don't get is right. If we're getting visited by these aliens and they're coming down, sitting in fucking not broad daylight, but they might as well be
Sometimes.
for 45 minutes and
Look at
that.
the Zimbabwe school.
What are they actually fucking doing? Come and have a chat. If you're only fucking couple hundred metres away from us, make yourself present.
Well,
Well, this
Don't just hover above
the
and
first
fuck
directive.
off.
It's the prime directive.
if the abductions
Yeah,
are
but we've had these first prime directives for fucking what, the past 60 years?
Yeah, but look at us.
Get on with it.
We're an indecisive, naturally violent species.
So do you think each one of these is a new species coming to visit us every time?
It could be some part of Galactic Federation, which brings Vrillion into play.
What, and each one of them are coming to have a little study of us and, oh, look what they're doing.
Should we let them in, or should we let them develop for a bit, or see if they wipe themselves out?
Are they ready
Should
yet?
we announce ourselves? Are they ready yet?
They check every year to see if we're ready,
Yeah.
basically.
No,
Some years
no.
they get spotted, some years they don't.
Could be an alien holiday destination.
That's
It's a,
an idea.
What?
Do you understand my point, though? It's like, they keep visiting if they are, but why haven't they visited yet properly?
Well, they have if you believe
because of some
accounts,
agreement.
accounts, haven't you? The people that have been abducted, Travis Walton,
Yeah.
Ian
Oh
Barney.
god, yeah. Plenty of people have been abducted. But what if that's part of the Eisenhower Agreement, ladies and gentlemen? Abduct a certain amount of people. Don't announce yourselves. Give us the technology.
Maybe.
God, you're a fucking half agreeing with me tonight on two things now. This is fantastic. I'm turning the science officer to conspiracy.
What? I'm still on the fence.
What do you think happens with the abductees?
What do you mean?
Well, do you think they bring them, all of them back, or take some?
Oh, well,
away?
that's the thing, innit? Do all of them come back? You remember that guy that was left dumped on the top of the coal pit in Yorkshire? Did they kill some of them? And he was Barry dropped him out the wrong fucking door. He should have been dumped in the woods and eaten by animals, but dropped him in the train yard instead. Sorry, it's my first day. It could well be extraterrestrial craft, It's the most popular and controversial theory, but...
You missed out atmospheric conditions.
Atmospheric conditions... Well, another explanation posits that certain atmospheric conditions on that night might have caused or contributed to the visibility of distance or conventional lights in unusual ways.
Ball lightning.
This could involve temperature inversions or reflections from man-made or natural sources leading to illusions, misidentified celestial objects, or misinterpretations of natural phenomena as something more mysterious. And that's what I said earlier, with the lights refracting. You know, maybe there's low cloud, maybe the ionosphere is particularly hot that night. Who knows? You know, you're seeing lights in the sky, might be the military planes.
Could have been a Fata Morgana.
Was that the stress test on Star Trek? I don't know.
That was that thing where you can see things like the ships in the sky.
The castle in the sky, the ships in the sky. Could have been that.
Yeah, but it wasn't, was it?
Well, no, Clair, it was aliens, obviously.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So what about psychological or social phenomena? Some researchers propose that the Phoenix Lights could be partly explained by psychological phenomena such as mass hysteria or the power of suggestion.
Well, I might go for that one, but there's video evidence.
Yeah, but they could have been the flares, and someone gets online saying, these are aliens! Or people ring round, look at the alien ship in the sky.
Maybe.
You see what you want to see, don't you?
Was it still dial-up by then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dial-up, but you still had... Well, everyone spoke on the phone back then. You spoke on a landline, didn't you?
But you didn't have mobiles, though.
Yeah, you did.
Didn't really have mobiles back then. Not many people did. Some people did. The really fucking posh people.
America, remember, America's a few years ahead of us, technically. They're a bit more prevalent in America than they would over here.
Yeah, but even still, not every Joe would have had one. Not like now.
No, but I mean,
so most people would have seen that out and about travelling. You wouldn't have seen it if you were sat in your home.
A lot more payphones, though, Pete. A lot more payphones.
Yeah, but I just...
Hello, police. There's these strange lights over the road.
Yeah, there'd have been that, but...
I bet they were inundated with them calls, weren't they?
It must have been.
Not as many as there would be now. Can you imagine now?
Oh, no.
I was going to say the aliens got no chance these days, have they?
We still haven't caught a decent one, though, have we?
Not to our knowledge.
But that, well, the Calvine photo for a start. Bloody hell.
The what?
The other they saw in Scotland where there was a big diamond-shaped craft in the sky and there was an RAF jet flying past it. Do you remember that one? We took it on the weird news. It got found again. That's probably one of the best photos you'll ever see of a UFO.
Yeah.
So what if it was an elaborate hoax?
No.
Bloody hell.
Why would you have an investigation into an elaborate hoax?
You know the governor of Phoenix actually had to make a public address over this, and he went on the stage up to the podium and he was like, "I've got our culprit. He's been arrested. He's in custody." And he brings out a bloke dressed as a big green, little green man, bloke in a green alien costume basically, in handcuffs. Here he is. We've got him.
Just joking about it.
Yeah, but then he later had a bit of a flip-flop and claimed that he saw them and he didn't know what they were.
Oh.
But yeah, still, they made fun of the alien connection. Oh yeah, it's military planes, don't worry about it. Here's a good alien handcuffs.
Just to stop the mass panic, isn't it?
Yeah,
especially if you think about Independence Day only came out 6 months prior to this.
You should have brought it one of them. They were scarier. I must have watched that
peak.
film.
It would have been at its peak, wouldn't it, at that point?
I must have watched that film 3 times at the cinema.
Me too.
And I've got
it
twice.
Yeah.
And I've got it on DVD and I've watched it many a time since.
We were 14, 15. It was what an amazing film at that age.
Probably got me into fucking aliens and UFOs and shit, to be fair.
X-Files, wasn't it, for me?
Oh yeah.
That was Independence Day was the first big, like, wow.
Oh, come on, X-Files was massive.
I know, but for me, I'm a year younger than you. I wasn't watching X-Files.
War of the Worlds.
Oh, the was with the 50s.
Yeah, War of the Worlds, the Blob, all the old. It came from Mars or whatever it was.
I never watched all them until I was older, to be fair.
I remember watching the 50s version of War of the Worlds.
You've got E.T. you've got Close Encounters and Batteries Not Included.
No, I watched all the scary ones I did when I was young.
Can I be controversial? I don't like E.T.
Boring as fuck, innit?
Oh, thank God for that!
It's a boring film, isn't it?
The weight been lifted off my shoulders.
It's not something you put on to watch, is it?
No. Don't get me wrong, I watched it as a kid,
Yeah.
enjoyed it the first time round. Probably nearly cried a little bit when you think they're all dying at the end and that. It's like, oh no, don't die. But I've never watched it through since I was probably about 7, 8 years old.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I've never watched it not once.
Never felt the need to.
I've seen little bits and bobs of it when it's been on and someone else has been at it on but never watched it again.
No,
It's like
don't
a
like
3-hour fucking film, innit?
I don't want to watch it again. Watched it once, that was enough.
Yeah, it's no Cocoon.
No, it's no Cocoon. I can watch that every Christmas.
They were good films, though.
Yeah. That's
I heard
Cocoon big, didn't they? So.
I was hoping they'd make a remake of that.
They may still do. Who knows? They wouldn't have ideas, mate. They're doing everything again. Any film that had the slightest hint of popularity, remake, reboot. Well, elaborate hoax, strategic use of flares, balloons, or other devices to create an illusion of a UFO. Although the coordinated execution over such a wide area would have been incredibly challenging, let's face it.
Yeah.
Too challenging, I think.
So, unsolved.
I think it'll stay that way.
I mean, obviously I'm going for aliens.
Until they rock up, then they're going to have to go for full disclosure, aren't they?
Yeah.
God.
You're obviously aliens, Claire.
Aliens.
Oh, number 2.
Pete.
Well, the only explanation... Well, 70-30 I am. 70% aliens, 30% some kind of military... Something that nobody knows about yet. Some kind of drone.
That is a massive... Well, it could have been manned. It could have been just a giant... It could have been something like the Avengers aircraft carrier in the air.
But I'm definitely on the side of aliens. Like, it's definitely something strange in the neighbourhood.
Who are you going to call?
The FBI.
Definitely get you to sign a form.
That's why it's the only people you can call, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who else can you call about that kind of shit?
Mulder and Scully.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they were
FBI.
branched from the FBI, though, weren't they? So there you go.
Things are getting strange. I'm starting to worry. This could be a case of Mulder and Scully. Shit, yeah. Well, on that note...
Pretty much unanimous.
Oh,
I'm
actually,
going
Mike...
for lightning.
Oh, God. I can't say ball lightning.
It's alien. That's all he ever says for aliens.
You
Ball
can't
lightning.
go ball lightning.
No, I'm on the fence. I
You
don't
know,
know what it is.
there's two things. You've got to boil it
Do I
down.
believe the army, the air force?
I don't
No,
believe.
not really.
No.
Can't be jets, can it?
No.
Maybe the second one with them flares. That's possible. For the second lights, but the first lights, I'm really not sure. Could be aliens. Could be ball lightning.
Oh, what are you just excluding future military tech?
Phenomena.
What about future military tech?
Possibly.
'Cause
Yeah. I don't discount anything.
I do go for aliens, but I'm also starting to think that all these aliens we've been seeing for years are just really fucking advanced aircraft.
I'd go for the advanced aircraft over the flares.
Oh God, yeah.
That's kind
Totally.
of why I was like 70-30.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I kind of want to believe it's aliens. I want to believe it's aliens. Because I want to believe that they are coming over to make peace with us and make our world a better place. Because they'll be like, do you know what you've been doing wrong for years? Right, yeah, do this. This will help you. That's what I'm after from them.
And we'll just be like, fuck off.
Well, we were like that with the Nordics under with the Eisenhower.
Apparently so, yeah.
You know, hey,
Yeah.
we'll give you all this technology. You'll cure cancer. Everyone will live for fucking 300 years. You'll have no more war, no more famine. Just give up your nukes. No. That was what he had. No.
If that was real, then that's one of the biggest crimes against humanity ever. Isn't it?
Yeah, but you still got to see because he doesn't know that they're going to give us all this. They might just turn up and invade, and we've got rid of the nukes.
Well, there is
They
that.
could have turned up invaded anyway, even without having a
Yeah, but
conversation
we've still
with
got nukes. It'll hurt them a little bit, wouldn't we? Or fuck the planet under full.
Scorched earth.
Scorched earth.
Yeah.
Can't have it.
Can't have it. If we can't have it, no one will. Either way, Eisenhower could have been a bit of a twat. But we'll never know. And on that note, I've been Ben. Thanks for listening. Don't hit the favourite. Don't join the call.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. And of course, thank you.
And I've been Claire, keep an open mind and absolutely that spills out your ears.
And I've been Pete. Take care. Have a nice week.